dangerous,
RNA,
fatal even.
yeah.
So you have to take care with that.
So do most people that you have these sessions, professional sessions with people in which you do the medication with like 5 or 10 people, and
Yeah, so it's about 10, 12 people.
and you travel around Europe and hold these sessions, and most people feel like they have a great learning experience, deeper insight into themselves from
Yeah, well, you have to see this as a medicine. You know, it can be a rough time during the night. It can also be a fantastic time, but you don't know beforehand. But that one thing is for sure, afterwards you feel very good.
Really?
You feel healed.
You feel healed?
You feel healed for a couple of days. And especially if it will bring you to your innermost essence, and you will figure something out that you didn't know or you didn't want to know, and you know all of a sudden oh yeah, this is how my life is.
It's like an intuitive.
It can be life changing, and so it can work very deep. And in that respect, it's a medicine. It's a medicine in the Indian way.
Just South American Indian.
Well, no, also like peyote. Peyote is also a medicine.
Right, the American Indians.
Yeah.
How is it different from mushrooms? Say like psilocybin or
Yeah. Well, so
magic mushrooms?
Well, so psilocybin and psilocin are, if you look at the molecular structure, they're very much related to DMT.
Oh yeah.
So one is for phosphoryl DMT, and the other one is for hydroxy DMT.
Okay.
So you might say that DMT is a kind of basic molecule, and psilocybin and psilocin, the two active ingredients in the mushrooms, are related to DMT. But as we know, if you eat mushrooms, it will work anyway. The MAO enzyme doesn't kill it, doesn't eat it, you know? So that's a major difference. Another difference is that compared to mushrooms, mushrooms is black and white TV, and ayahuasca is color TV. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yes, and it's also 3D. It's very three-dimensional. Yeah.
Oh really?
If you get a full effect, it's very three-dimensional, and it has a clarity.
So it's more powerful, has a more profound effect.
It's very hard to say because it's
unpredictable.
It's a different teacher.
A different teacher.
It's a different teacher.
Would you say it's similar to LSD?
Well, so to be honest, I don't have much experience with LSD because I was one of these unlucky guys who got it into his tea without knowing it. You know? So I had a bad first experience, and because of that, I don't know much about it. I know much more about the plant.
Is ayahuasca, is that illegal or is it legal?
Well, so it's in Holland. It's say the vine. So one of the two ingredients is legal, and the DMT containing leaves are illegal. On the other hand, there's just such a small group of people taking this brew that Dutch authorities don't bother.
Really, it's not considered a problem.
No, so there are also some Brazilian churches here in Holland that use ayahuasca as a sacrament, and one of these churches had a problem with the Dutch police. The Dutch police came in during a church service, and so they confiscated all the ayahuasca. But then later they wanted to drop the charges because they thought it was not worth the effort. But the church, this Santo Daime church, this Brazilian church, there are 3 chapters here in Holland. right now they want to continue with the court case because they want to have a clear verdict about what will happen. Because they want to do their they want to do it legally.
Now, Arno, you said you're also a writer for the European edition of High Times. Is that
the Dutch edition.
the Dutch edition? What's it called?
It's so I write a column every month.
And what's the name of the column?
Make drugs, not war.
Make drugs, not war.
Yeah, because really, in a warlike situation, that I come from Holland. I grow up in a totally free environment in respect to drugs. What I see now, because Holland is becoming part of the European Union, and Holland is a small country, and the bigger countries like Germany and France, they want to have a more conservative.
U.S. like
Not
that bad.
Not that bad, really. But in a warlike situation like that, if there's a war on drugs, more drugs should be produced. So, so like for example, in the mushroom book I wrote, I had specifically a chapter on how to cultivate mushrooms outdoors in a guerrilla-like fashion, so that you
guerrilla-like fashion.
Yeah. So even if the Dutch authorities get as bad as these stupid Democrats or Republicans in America that are waging this war on drugs, it's still impossible to outlaw the mushrooms because they will grow outside somewhere in the forest. And you only will harvest them. You will need so many policemen to cover the forest. It's impossible. It's impossible.
That's wonderful.
They will always grow.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, but you have to do things like this. When I smoke since I'm 14. I smoke grass since or hashish since I'm 14. I use everything I want. I'm in the city. I live in Amsterdam. I can use whatever I want. Everything is available. It's all my own choice. I don't harm anybody else. So this is my freedom.
Do you think there's less violence in Amsterdam than there are?
There is absolutely less violence, man. There are not that many guns.
Oh, really?
There are not that many guns here.
You mean,
no, guns are not allowed here.
Don't people feel deprived not having their guns?
No, they're really happy. Like
they're happy not having a gun? Are you happy without a gun?
Why would I need a gun?
I thought everybody had to have a gun.
No, not over here.
So, when we go out to clubs, we are happy. People are searching us and searching other people for guns.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, of course. No, this is almost a gun-free society. So we have much less violence. Absolutely. Of course, there's also much less money being made because of the illegal situation.
And what about your experience with ecstasy, Arno? Has that been a positive or negative, or what kind of experience?
Well, so I wrote a book on ecstasy.
You wrote a book on ecstasy.
And,
what's the name of the book?
Ecstasy, everything about ecstasy.
Everything about ecstasy.
Yeah. I had the luck to be in Amsterdam when the acid house subculture reached Amsterdam. This was in 1988. There was a new subculture, it was a new drug. This was ecstasy. And so I talk about the end of the 1980s. The 1980s, they were called the me decade. Everybody was only interested in themselves.
The me decade,
They were sniffing, talking only about themselves, not listening.
Right.
And all of a sudden there was this acid house phenomenon, there was this ecstasy, and people were interested in other people and also wanted to listen. So empathy is the effect. The effect of ecstasy, you might say, is empathy. You are interested in another person.
You're more sensitive.
Yes, and more love.
More love.
And so that's what it did for a long time.
But what about these reports that PET scans show that ecstasy destroys